It's time for another wonderful episode of this week's This. Hello, I'm Boo Lawson, East Boo Saga, One Piece, chapter 1129, Living Dolls. I'm so keen for this. I've been waiting all week for this. Let's go with some Zoro. Yes, the ominous Zoro. Alright, what do we got? Let's go. Alright, on the Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 16, a ninja lesson at Amigasa Village. We are getting some proper ninja shit. She doesn't look like someone who goes hungry anymore. Now she looks like, Tama looks like someone who's gonna grow up to beat some ass, as they say. Good to see Yamato going around teaching people to become warriors, just like she did, taking the path. But needless to say, look, I can't do the Yamato cover story at the moment. There's too much new One Piece going on. I want to see what's happening. All right, back to Big Stein. Great sun god, please calm down. Look, you can see flames from the cracks. The sky is falling. It's the end of the world. A world in chaos. So we've got the Truman Show is falling apart here. The wonderful world of Sun God is... sorry. I shall never forgive this slight, you living dolls. You demolished my temple. My room. And my poor pet, servants. Alright, we're getting some context. This is a very normal person with a room and some normal animals that is pretending to be the god of a tiny little world. Man, did those pets look like they got smoked. The Lego trampled in the ground. That guy is way too scary. He's more like a demon than a god. Is it okay for the town to be shaking like this? All this was really made out of those blocks? Okay, Luffy, taken by the wonderment of everything. Jump over, cat! Wow! Great is cat! So it's just tiny people who have been placed in a giant's room to be playthings of a giant, who think that there's a god that's a cat, that they call the Great Iskat. Cat. Man, it's oh, to be those tiny people. He must have put a ton of time into it. Let's try to get away without destroying his hard work. Luffy can tell this is like a childish endeavor. This is like when you make a sandcastle on the beach and you don't want to ruin the whole thing. Or when a child makes a sandcastle at a beach and you don't want some bigger kid to come along and kick it over. Luffy's saying, let's not be the bigger kids. Let's let this happy little kingdom go. The cat is just going and demolishing everything. Stop that, Iskat! Why are you aiding them? We can reach the end of the world in no time thanks to this cat. Huh? We're going where now? This place may look expansive, but it's really just a giant's room. Right. So the horizon only seems endless. So these guys have cracked the code, right? All right. No longer in a giant ship. We are now officially in a giant's room. And when you're in a giant's room, you do as the giants in the room do. Anyway. But it shouldn't be much further, Nami. We just need to keep pushing forwards the outer wall, right? The great tree, the mirrors, the town, forest, the fountain. We've got a map here of this. We've already crossed half the country. I love that it's still being treated like a country. This is so interesting, this notion of a giant's room. Is this like diorama experiments? Is this like when a guy owns a train set, but it's a giant sitting in their room, like a hobbyist? Now I see, if you believe those blueprints show everything about this realm, then you are mistaken. Verily, this place is, in truth, a giant detention center. Fuck, that's brutal. I don't want to even think about that right now in this present time in the actual real world. Annette, why is he talking like a samurai? Oh, bro, please tell me. This facility was designed to ensure no giant escapes its walls. Even if you were to reach the other side, you think you have a hope of breaking through? That way is another dead end. Smashing it. He's doing that. That laugh is giving me. If he's laughing if he talks like a samurai, is it like he's trying to sound wise, trying to sound like a warrior or something like that? Is this like a kid? Hey, keep running, cat! They just want to get the cat to keep using it. They want to use the cat's power to free them. Greatest cat! Why are those people riding you? Oh no, Zara. Here we go. Hurry up. And go! Oh god, Zara and Saji just send the cat flying through the net by slicing it and smashing it. The metal wires! This resistance is futile. Ahead is the domain of the mighty ear god. Is that poor thing about to learn that Luffy ate its pet rabbit? Oh man. Great sun god! About the ear god. The truth is, we found his body burned to a crisp earlier today. The cause is unknown. We thought our misfortune couldn't get any worse. Then we saw the cracks in the sky. The day is truly cursed. Man, if you were living inside of this tiny situation and just did not realize what was going on, fuck, your world is falling apart right now. And you've angered like the god of gods. Grr. They beat it? No way. That carnivorous rabbit? My Galt bunny? Oh, man. So that's what the rabbit looked like. It did look like a pissed off fucking rabbit. Like, let's be real. That doesn't look like no normal rabbit. That doesn't look like a cute bunny. That looks like, it looks like a lot of rabbit. Anyway. It was already too late. Yeah. How lovely, how precious. This world is a marvel. A grand tale is unfolding in my miniature garden, taking a life of its own right before my very eyes. I underestimated them. This is giving me goosebumps. Verily, evil has spawned and heroes are being born in the world I created. History is being made. Oh my god. This child is taking it too seriously. This is the beauty of my living dolls. A minimalist world, and it's all mine. I gotta tell you guys about Damien Hirst later on. There's an artist who used living objects in his artwork. Anyway. This could be our only chance. The escape route is open. Let's run while we still can. Spread the word. So finally, we're seeing that the little people who encounter this kingdom, like characters in Toy Story or something, they're going like, coast is clear, Andy's gone. We got to try and make a break for it. Like they're doing their thing now. They're like, what's he laughing about? It's a live drama playing out in the palm of my hand. Hadruden may recognize you, but I don't. Let's see what you do next. Hadruden. Are we mentioning the giant? from inside Dressrosa now? Has word gotten back to Elbath of the mighty Straw Hats? Are we looking at a giant who's screwing with the Straw Hats because he knows that they're quite strong and he wants to play with them because they're kind of cool toys to have? Thinks he can control them, doesn't realize that Hajradin, whenever he told him about them, was telling him about some peak, not some little guys you can keep in your miniature garden. Hajradin may recognize you, but I don't. Let's see what you do next. Lethal Green Star, Skull Bomb Grass. Whoa. Alright. So is that Usopp jumping up from behind him? And does he shoot in front of the giant? Or does he... It's sort of like a... Oh, so it's a big, like, skull bomb cloud that he's shot far up. It's no use. Okay, so Usopp's packing more heat than I thought he is. That's a pretty big explosion, bro. Anyway, like, I want to see that animated and get a sense of what he's... I mean, yes, he's breaking a mirror and not fighting an opponent, but I want to know how big that blast is. It's no use. I broke the mirror, but that wall is seriously strong. Just leave it to me, Luffy time. Yeah, brilliant. What a chapter. I can't get enough of these weaklings struggling against their fate. Their bitter failure and hollow despair only showcases their humanity. Alright, we got a cocky giant. That, or this is just fun. Are we going to get a reveal? Is this giant going to be someone we know? Setbacks and disappointments. That's the core of character development. Oh my god. What are we... Now he's acting like someone in the community. Acting like a pissed off streamer. Saying, you didn't add this Straw Hat to the crew. They had setbacks and disappointments. They had core character development. This folly is comical to watch. But your valiant efforts move me to tears. I am glad you made your way to me. Luffy Tazo, Zoro Tazo, Nami Tazo, Usopp Tazo. Tazo. He knows our names? San Tasso, Cho Tasso. What's a Tasso? I'm wondering what that is at the moment. I don't think it's Tazos like what we played with as kids. I'm gonna punch through. Time for a little gear fourth. I love that he just uses gear fourth as his like weak technique now. It's his like, I ain't gonna pop out gear 5 for just this wall. I'll use some Kong gun looking action. Stretching. Hey, Usopp, there's no one to blame over a natural disaster, right? You mean like earthquakes, floods, and storms? Nope, generally those things just happen. Good, because that guy definitely put us through a lot of crap. He's really pissed me off. Hey, he's a giant, so... I totally get your rage, Nami-san. I'll never forgive him either. I can't stop thinking about how he got to dress you. I mean, he's not the only one. A lot of people were like, Nami was asleep. Who dressed Nami? There's a lot of talk. People are saying, who dressed Nami? Besides, I have a feeling... Okay, sorry. I'll grind him to dust with my own legs. Get a grip, Sanji. Besides, I have a feeling he's about to feel some divine retribution. Okay, so we got the skull guy realizing things aren't quite as easy as he thinks they're going to be. Mugen, what have you got this time? Gah! Hey, this is the Straw Hat crew. Gah! But the giant warrior pirates were guiding them. Wait, what? What? Isn't that... That looks an awful lot like old mate from... Something must have happened. They're fast asleep. Wait, if they came from Egghead, did they go through the sleeping mist belt? This is awesome! 100 joined you all on his own. Okay, so we're hearing stories now. Okay, so word has been brought back to wherever this is, in Big Stein or near Big Stein, that I think we're on Elbaf and Big Stein is just a giant's room. I think we can safely assume that. But Hadradin has spoken to someone at some point. He wanted us new pirates to serve you. As if Elbaf's strongest warriors don't follow itty-bitty humans. Hasn't he got a shred of pride? I do like this. Just look at this small, frail body. Oh, wow. It's my queen, Namtazo. Uh-oh, they're waking up. So he's got a sleeping gas. Is it just like glue or something that he's spraying, like hobby glue or something that he's like just the fumes are just knocking out Luffy and Nami? That's fucking so insane. It tracks. It makes sense, but that is absolutely insane. Oh man, just go back to sleep. You're in for a surprise when you wake up. Yeah. Excuse me 1 second. The old dog going off. Nothing like live recording. They say never work with children or dogs. Anyway. Yeah, I see you have no clue where you are. Stay and run wild here. Now you will serve me. Ready, Zeus? I'm raring to go, Nami. What is this? I didn't make that. Then by all means. Thunderbolt! You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Screw around with the Straw Hats, treat them as living dolls, and you fuck around and you find out, man. What? Great Sun God? I hate to do this, but we're leaving. Bye-bye, Block Country. Gamu Gamu. We're finally getting out. Serves you right, you giant perv. Please let the outside be Elbaf. Floop. Kongan. We're free. Okay, finally, we're getting out of the stupid Legoland room. I was a bit sick of this. Give me some real Elbaf. So, we know now what happened. Unfortunately, the cool costume of the Great Sun God is that of... I can't remember what this giant's name is, but he's clearly a friend of Hadradin's, and we can see, based on how they're dressed, that they're trying to look cool. They're trying to be some great character. I'm wondering now, those little people that live in his Living Dolls miniature exhibit sort of castle, were they trying to help keep the illusion alive? You know, like, did they want to help keep the Straw Hats from knowing they were inside of a Truman Show thing, or did they themselves not quite get the extent to which they were trapped? Because they're screaming, saying the sky is falling, but they're just trying to appease the quote sun god so they can get out of there. I don't know. All I know is that next chapter we're gonna see whether or not this is really Elbaf. I assume, and when I assume, I make an ass of me and you both, but I assume we are finally where we need to be. I mean, Usopp is desperate at this point. Please let the outside be Elbaf. Well, I'm having fun. We got to see what the rabbit that they ate looked like. We also got to see what it looked like after they ate it. Fun things are happening in the land of what we think is Elbaf. Needless to say, Food for thought there. I thought that was fun. Look, until we get the real sense of what the story is on Elbath and what the real complications are going to be, this here seems to be our first new friend. This is going to be our giant friend who, I think, upon getting back up, waking back up, getting their consciousness back, they're going to be our friend for this arc that we travel with, that we run around with, I think. At least the connection to Hajruddin and the notion that a giant came home to the giant island and said, yo, we need to join the Straw Hat Pirates and support a human crew. That is so cool to me. I think we're going to be looking at someone who automatically assumes that they're allied with the Straw Hats. But I don't think they'll take too lightly to have being knocked out. But it's sort of like, don't dress Nami while she's asleep. Don't screw with one of the Yonko of the sea and assume he can be a toy in your exhibit. Anyway, I'm Boo Lawson. That was really, really fun. The saga continues. We'll talk about everything else that's going on later. Yeah, I enjoyed that thoroughly. Remember to gear forth your way through any wall that's impeding you. All right, take care, guys.